Hey everyone, I'm Tim Cash.
And I'm Carrie Doherty.
And today on the show, the writer of The Big Sick reveals her tricks.
I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
And I show you how to be a multitasking binge master.
I watched the whole first season in one day.
It's actually kind of embarrassing.
This is the IMDb show.
It's Friday, December 29th, and since it's our last show of the year, we're devoting most of it to creating the most epic watch list of all time.
I have my personal favorite, but I don't want to sway anyone's.
Well, one movie that is definitely on a lot of people's watch list, one of the best movies of the year, was co-written by our guest today.
When a therapist turned comedy booker turned writer falls in love with a stand-up comic and then falls into a coma, there's not much left to do but make a movie. And that's just what my guest has done. Executive producer and writer of one of the best movies of 2017, The Big Sick, please welcome Emily V. Gordon.
You really shouldn't heckle comedians. It's so rude.
I didn't heckle you. I just woohooed you.
Yelling anything at a comedian is considered heckling. Heckling doesn't have to be negative.
So if I yelled out like, "You're amazing in bed," that'd be a heckle?
Yeah, it would be an accurate heckle.
So nice to have you here. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been all the cliches. It's been a whirlwind. It's been amazing.
How did you go about making a comedic movie about a very serious topic and something that happened to you?
Emily's fine. She is at City View Hospital in Chicago in a medically induced coma.
That's always been one thing that Kumail, my husband, and I have in common, and one thing that kind of brought us together early on was that's how we cope with things. We cope through humor.
Yes, I did say coma.
I think when you're in the depths of despair, when you're kind of really intense, having really intense feelings, I do feel like that's when the best laughs can happen, and that's when you really are kind of broken down to like your most like basic human nature.
Thank you very much. I'm just gonna like call an Uber, go home.
What was it like working with your husband, writing the screenplay?
Your driver will be ready as soon as he puts on his pants.
We had worked together before, which I think helped. We had done a TV show for Comedy Central, we had done a live stand-up show, and we had a podcast about video games. And then writing together is a new challenge, but it's kind of cool because it was fun to collaborate on stuff that we both remembered, but we remembered very differently.
Are you judging Pakistan's next top model or something?
You know how we have arranged marriage in my culture? These are those women.
You were obviously involved in the casting.
Yes.
What was that like, picking someone to play you?
It wasn't just left up to me. It was definitely kind of, we had this brain trust of people, and we saw a lot of amazing actresses for this role, and we were like, it's obviously Zoe.
It was that obvious to you.
It just was from the start, and she just came in with exactly what we were looking for, the right energy, the right everything, had her own thoughts about the character.
Will you take me back?
It just feels totally different now. And I can't do that again.
Give us a great piece of trivia for The Big Sick.
Okay, ready? The scene where Emily has been placed into the coma, spoiler alert, and Kumail leaves to go call Emily's parents and then comes back and sits next to Emily's bed and kind of falls asleep. That's me in the bed.
Wow.
And not Zoe Kazan. What's hilarious is that I'm not super comfortable in hospitals still. And they just were like, hey, Emily, it'll be fun. Just jump into the bed real quick. It's just a shot. But I just was not having a good time in a hospital bed.
Well, you know what is fun? The IMDb speed round.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna give you a line from a movie and you're gonna fill in the blank. It's no plagiarism.
No plagiarism.
First one. I'm as mad as hell and I'm...
Going to eat 3 bowls of cereal.
Is that what happens?
I really like cereal is like a comfort food for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our...
Cat.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's...
wearing this fancy dress right now when she would rather be not wearing a fancy dress.
This is not you?
I mean, it is. It is a version of me, but I've worn more dresses in the past couple of months than I think I've ever worn in my entire life.
Well, Emily, don't go anywhere. In just a moment, we're going to tell everyone at home what they should have watched in 2017. And to help us do that, here's Carrie to teach us how to binge watch.
There were so many great shows in 2017, it was almost impossible to watch them all. And if you're like me, you probably spent most workdays counting down the hours till you could run home, put on sweats, and binge through your watch list, which in my case included Big Little Lies.
It was a fantastic party.
The exception of Bonnie's dancing.
70% of Americans binge watch TV these days. And after talking to a bunch of you out in the streets of Hollywood, I learned a lot about your binging habits. Like your choice of snack.
Bud Light. Budweiser.
Definitely a bag of chips.
I love gummy worms, so I usually pull those out.
Popcorn and M&Ms.
What you wear.
I'm usually in like a t-shirt. That's it.
Pajamas.
And who your go-to couch buddy is.
My dog.
My dog.
Dogs everywhere.
You guys are spending an average of 5 hours a day watching TV. That's over 20% of the day. But that still might not get you through the best of 2017, so I'm gonna show you how to get even more out of your binge watching. This is how you can become a multitasking binge master. Number 1, binge washing. Got a sink full of dishes? Velcro your phone over the sink and pop on some wireless headphones. Then you won't have to worry about your cords getting all sudsy, and you'll feel like the perfect combo of MacGyver and Danny Tanner. Number 2, binge paying. Did you know that over half of Americans pay their bills online? Luckily, most streaming services let you shrink the window size, so you can stream in one corner of the screen while using the rest to pay the electric company so they don't cut off your service and disrupt your binge marathon. Number 3, bingercise. Okay, so doctors recommend getting 150 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise per week. In 75 minutes, you can watch like 3 episodes of Rick and Morty. So keep that binge-a-thon going by working out in front of your TV. So those are my tips, which I hope you'll use, especially if your New Year's resolution is to binge more. I want more! And remember, only binge what you love. So Emily, what's the most TV you've ever binged at once?
There was like a Curb Your Enthusiasm period where I would fall asleep and you wake up and the DVD would still be playing and I would just be like, I gotta get out of this house maybe.
I've done the same with the Golden Girls, but it's like not the theme song, it's always like the Muzak version.
Yes!
So I wake up and it's like and it's on a loop and you start having nightmares.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of great TV shows, it's the end of the year, 2017. What are the shows and movies that you guys think everybody should be watching from 2017?
Oof.
You first.
Okay. Everyone should see Get Out.
Yes.
You've probably already seen it. You should watch it anyway.
Come back, get your damn pants up to your damn stomach.
I got to work with Lil Rel. I've known him since Chicago, and I got to work with him on the Carmichael Show, which I used to write for, and he's like the best.
He's so
He
funny.
brought so much to that movie.
He really did.
Yeah.
He's also in my second thing. Amazing. I just realized. Insecure.
We had a great conversation. Does that mean he broke up with that girl? What girl? Did that not come up?
Insecure.
Yes.
It's amazing. The first season was great. The second season, it's like, I just miss these characters when I'm not with them, and I want to hang out with them. And a show hasn't done that to me in a very long time.
What about you? I feel like you have some really good movies.
My most recent watch a couple of days ago was a movie called Wind River.
See, sisters, I knew that girl. She's a fighter.
I heard this is great. I haven't seen Wind River yet.
People have told me it wasn't like the epic blockbuster cinema release that everyone, ran out to go see, so I gave it a chance. It's a relatively simple storyline if you break it down. There are moments in there. There's one moment in particular that's so tense that I don't know why I just rewatched it over and over.
Amazing.
And it's Jeremy Renner. Kerry, what about television?
Glow.
I haven't seen it, so just quickly, why should I watch it?
Lady wrestlers. They're badass.
Sold?
It's one of those shows where you start with your pilot, your main protagonist, you kind of follow her story, Alison Brie's story. By episode 2, we're already diving into new characters and getting invested in them, and I thought they did a great job with it.
Storytelling.
So I think we can all agree, we loved Get Out and can recommend that for everybody
and
to
the Big
watch.
Sick.
Yes, and The Big Sick,
Good
of
point,
course.
good point.
And we also asked you what your do not miss TV shows and movies of 2017 were, and you did not disappoint. At Lone Starmadillo says Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. You'll love it, I promise.
Great season. This was a good season. I'm halfway through it. Great season.
I agree.
At _Jen R, at Wonder Woman film, but sadly no nominations for it. Hashtag must watch. At Patty Jenks, deserves better.
At Yvonne Romy says, the last season of Orphan Black.
How many of us are there?
That's a show I've never seen.
Ooh.
At The Mogul of Movie, Blade Runner 2049, one of the best sci-fi movies I have ever seen. Did you see it?
I loved it. It was a stunning, stunning achievement of a movie.
I loved it. I saw it in that kind of 3D IMAX environment. Just certain scenes in there were just beautiful to watch.
It is quite long, but I think it's gorgeous.
Yes.
And if you want to watch any of the shows or movies that we've talked about in today's episode, you can add them to your watch list by using the IMDb app. If you don't have our app yet, head on over to the App Store to download it. Once you have it, make sure you're signed into your IMDb account. Signed in? Click the plus sign on any title or the Add to Watch List button, and boom, it's added to your watch list. Then the next time you're not sure what to watch, it'll all be there waiting for you in your watch list.
Best of luck with awards season.
Thank
We're
you.
rooting for you over here at the IMDb show.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's right, and as 2017 ends, we leave you with this very special New Year's mashup. We'll be back next year, and we hope you will too.
10 seconds left, here we go. 10,